welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. Okay, so it's Monday now, so I'm going to go down and get some steel to finish off this side frame on this XK, and there's a couple of other bits and pieces I need to do. Amir's back tomorrow, but I have to go up to Vienna on Wednesday, maybe Thursday, because I go into hospital on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe out next Monday with a bit of luck. So you'll get a bit of relief for 5 or 6 days at least with no videos. So just to let you know what's happening, you might see in the background here there's these roll cabinets that I've got, and I actually bought 5. There's 3 here, the one I'm using, and there's a spare one, which, well, not spare one, but there's a 4th one or 5th one, which I'm going to give to Amir. He's going to keep the tools here, but we're going to use them down in the bottom. The toolbox is his, so if he wants to take them away he can, but I asked him if we can use it here because it's a gift, a kind of bonus if you like for Christmas. So the guy I got the minis from and the lathe, he's taking 3 of these 3 as the payment for the 2 minis, all the parts, the engines and everything, and the old lathe which I want. The lathe probably won't come in that handy, but could make a few bits and pieces on it, but it's quite old, so I thought, yeah, it's nice to have, and it's a deal. So we struck a deal. He's having 3, 1 for himself, 1 for his son, and I think he's selling 1 on. So yeah, so that's him gone and out, and we've got a bit more space again. So I'll show you what I'm up to with the ramp. I did get an email from Randy from Lone Star Mini, and he actually showed me the pictures of these. They're called race ramps, and they tend to be used, I've seen mostly in America, all the sites I've been to. They're kind of polystyrene, really lightweight, I mean super lightweight, but they must have some chemical on them or whatever it is to stop them going down, because he says they can take something like 2,500 pounds, whatever that is in kilos. Anyway, but he says they're really great, especially for the Mini. The reason apparently these things were made for a lot of guys in America who have trailers, who have race cars, NASCAR, that kind of stuff, where they've got very low spoilers on the front, and so they've got a very slight gradient on them, 6.5% or something, and you can actually put them together, put the car on them, and then slide them out, which is a very clever idea. It's better than the metal ones. But I do think they're expensive for what they are. I mean, really, you know, at the end of the day, it's polystyrene with some chemical, but yeah, it is what it is. But I'll show you what I've done to one ramp, and tomorrow when he's back, because they're so heavy, I'll get Amir and I, we'll take them down to the welding shop. I'll weld them all back up again so they're really nice, the weld's strong from the way it is, and add some little bits to it to make them easy to lift up. So I'll turn the camera off and I'll show you how this one hinges up now better. So what I've done now is I've actually cut this piece off I showed you the other day, and somebody mentioned on a comment that the gap that's in there is nothing for the tyre, and it's absolutely right, it isn't. The tyre's so wide and so big that they'd go across there without any problems at all. The only reason I want to put these extension pieces back on is, one, it's easy for them to fit, and the main reason is to stop all the gunge and debris going in there from anything from the car, cuttings or whatever it might be, rags, tools, whatever, could drop inside there. And I want to keep this area clean because it's important for getting these up. So I'll pick this one up and show you. This one's not done yet, and we'll do that tomorrow when Amir's here, because they are extremely heavy. I would like to weigh them, but normally to carry them you need 2 people unless you're carrying it close to your body. So I'll show you how it goes up now. So what I've got to do now is just fine clean the edge, and then what I'll do is I'll make some kind of rod that clips in to keep them upright. And the reason I want to do that is it's okay with the Mini on there, but when you've got a longer car, you know, you might want them at this angle, you might want them higher up, you might want them further back. So what I'll do is I'll make a safety clamp or rod for them to sit on, but they are very, very heavy. You can see it's very heavy construction. So So there you go, so get that one done, problem solved, hopefully. So just another quick thing, I mean, I'm nobody to tell anybody else what they should do in their workshop, that's for sure. And I do a lot of things that are not very health and safety sometimes, so you know, it's everybody to your own. You work in your own garage, you do it at your own risk. But there's just something, this is one ramp, so all I've done is basically cut that piece off there. Okay, it's very thick. And look at the amount of dust or cuttings. This is literally from just from that. Now you imagine that getting into your lungs. I mean, I'm a heavy smoker, but doing these things without some kind of mask, you're really asking for trouble. You can see all the dust here. I haven't cleaned it all up yet, but you can see how much there is. You imagine that getting down inside your lungs. Sorry. It takes a while to focus this thing. So do yourself a favours, guys, you know, especially if you're not a smoker, or even if you're a smoker, just wear a mask when you're cutting, because, and safety glasses, and definitely some gloves. If you look at this is a perfect example of how it saved our fingers. You can see there on the edge. These are not so bad, but we've got some ones that are pretty badly. You know, you only need to slip for a second, and this will just, you know, as long as it's just a glance blow, it'll save you from ripping your hand open. And believe me, when a cutter's going at high speed, it'll go through bone and skin like there's no tomorrow. So that's just my little tip. It's entirely up to you whether you, oh, what is this? God, it takes forever, this thing. Oh, yeah, so just a little safety tip, and especially when you're using cutters like we do, where, and this is a common practice, where there's no guards on them. And I know people have mentioned it to me in comments, but the bottom line is when they've got the guards on, there's very little surface area to use, and they're extremely difficult. But you need to be very careful. At minimum, wear some strong gloves, so that at least if it falls or slips, that it will cut the glove before it starts cutting your hand or your skin or arm or whatever.